Hi, I'm Tommy Habeed. You know, I'm a pretty decent golfer. I play to about 11, 12 handicap, but on a good day, I can get it down into the single digits. You know, as a television personality and golf journalist, I get the chance to play in tournaments all over the country. Most recently, I played in the Phoenix Open Celebrity Pro-Am, and I was with Hunter Mahan. On about hole number 9, Hunter came up to me and he said, "Tommy, you've got a pretty good game, but I think if you got professionally fit for golf clubs, it would improve your accuracy and distance and you'd have a lot more fun." It's funny Hunter said that because I've heard it from others, like world-renowned golf instructors Hank Haney and David Ledbetter. I think it's time I change my game. So I did some research. I found 3 companies: Club Champion, Golf Tech, and my local PGA Pro. Stay tuned to find out which one I chose right here on The Art of Golf Club Fitting.
Creating a revolutionary product starts by asking, what if? What if we loaded every inch with game-changing innovation? What if we had a flight tuning system to control ball flight, roll face and cup face technologies for explosive power, slipstream sole technology for more speed, and dual carbon tech with 8 adjustable loft settings? And what if all this technology and performance costs significantly less than the competition? Exotics EXS by Tour Edge. Pound for pound, nothing else comes close.
The all-new Wilson Staff D7 driver. Really light, really pure, really simple. Speed with every swing, distance with every shot. Wilson Staff D7. Light it up. The all-new Wilson Staff D7 irons, where playability meets performance. Distance when you need it. Precision when you want it. Take the D7 challenge today and light it up.
Welcome back to The Art of Golf Club Fitting. There are several places that offer premium golf club fitting. So I did some research, narrowed it down to my top 3 favorites: Club Champion, Golf Tech, and my local PGA Pro. My final choice was Club Champion. It was my top choice for several reasons. Not only is this outfit the #1 golf club fitter and builder of premium custom golf clubs, they have locations all over the United States. That makes it easy to find no matter where you live. As soon as I walked in, I was surprised. I met the company founder, Nick Sherburne. Nick Sherburne, how are you? I'm Tommy Habeed.
Tommy, nice to meet you.
So nice to finally meet you. I've seen you everywhere: Golf Digest, Golf Magazine, the Golf Channel. When it came to picking a place to get my clubs fitted, it had to be you.
Have you ever been fit before?
Well, I don't know what you would call it. I've been to the golf store and they kind of measure you and then they give me golf clubs off the shelf. But
This is a much different experience.
But I thought that's all there was. But some really good friends, some big time pros told me, "Tommy, you can shave some strokes if you'll just really get custom fitted clubs."
We can do that. Why don't I give you a tour of the facility and show you what we can do?
Would you please?
Yeah, let's go.
God, I can't wait.
And this is where we're gonna start. This is the putter fitting lab. We use the Science of Motion Sand Putt Lab. It's 40% of your game. We're gonna make sure you make every putt. So we're gonna measure 28 different parameters of your putting stroke, and we're gonna find the right putter for you to lower your scores.
I know putting, I could use some help.
Absolutely, and in your fitting, you're gonna get it. One of the things you're gonna do in your fitting is you're gonna look at grip size and grip selection, and it's not only about feel, but it's also about performance. So your fitter's gonna take you through what the right size is and then help you pick out the right feel grip. Let's go see him in the bay.
That's great.
We have our extensive demo matrix here, and we have our hitting bay here. And the best part is we got Kyle Morris, your fitter, right here. How you doing, Tommy?
Hey, Kyle.
My pleasure.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So Kyle's gonna take you up front. You guys are gonna sit down. He's gonna do a little player profile on you. He needs to know about your game. He needs to know what goals we're doing today so that we can really have a productive session. Then he's gonna bring you back to the bay, get a baseline, and you guys are gonna hit from there.
That sounds like a game changer.
It is a game changer. We just did a study, and the average player picked up around 22 yards of distance.
Wow.
Yeah, so hopefully we can do that for you today.
After Nick got me up to speed on all different aspects of club fitting, I was given a player profile to fill out so Kyle, my fitter, could gain complete understanding of my game and goals.
At Club Champion, we have 4 differentiators that really set us apart from the competition. The first one being our technology we use to fit you. We have the TrackMan, which is the gold standard on the PGA Tour. When you're watching golf on TV, you see the shot tracer, you see the numbers on the screen, that's TrackMan. The Science of Motion gives us 28 different parameters to measure your stroke on, and then we can determine what is the right putter. And with putting being 40% of your game, you want to nail that. Number 2 differentiator is our demo matrix. Our demo matrix is 35,000 plus combinations. And the best part is we have our own coupling that allows us to put any of these heads and any of these shafts together, ensuring we get the proper fit for you. The third differentiator we have is our build process. Here at Club Champion, we have our own full-time builders that use the same machinery and the same measurement tools that you have in your fitting bay, so that your clubs come to you and perform just like they did in the fitting bay. And that comes with our perfect fit guarantee. Our fourth differentiator is our people. We have full in-house recruiters that look for the very best folks that have been fitting for a long time. Those are our 4 differentiators that make us different than the competition.
All right, so here we are in the fitting bay. And I just want to go over a couple things. You know, we have the TrackMan right here. Each one of these golf balls has a little foil sticker on there. It's going to help the Doppler radar-based unit read it as well as we possibly can, because there's a lot of information. Not everybody has enough time for golf lessons or to practice. Coming to Club Champion and finding a club that gives you a better fit will instantly make you a better golfer. So Tommy, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up on the projector up there every shot that you just hit. There's a lot of cool information. This is your club head speed. So that's how fast you're swinging it.
It looks pretty consistent. Is that
fantastic.
okay?
Yeah, I mean, your swing is your swing, and you said you've been playing for a long time, so that's not really gonna change. The important one is right here. That's ball speed. So that's how fast that ball's coming off the face. A lot of the technology in today's golf clubs is all geared towards gaining ball speed. And if you can pick up ball speed, not only are you gonna hit it further, but it's also gonna take off a lot higher. If we can get you hitting it higher, it's gonna come down softer. This category right here is called smash factor. It sounds kind of awesome. Really,
Yeah,
all it is
does.
it's a ratio of your ball speed divided by your club head speed. Okay, so your average smash factor of 1.37 is quite high. Tour average with a 6-iron is 138 and higher. If we can pick up some distance and you're hitting, say, 8-iron instead of 7-iron coming into a green, you're gonna have a better opportunity to score.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna grab a couple shafts and a head kind of similar to what you have.
Okay.
And we're gonna start working with some iron shafts to see what profile fits your swing the best. And then any feedback you can give me in terms of what you're feeling, that'll be beneficial as well. I've narrowed it down to a couple that I really like for you. You know, one seems to stand out a little bit better than the rest. However, you know, if we look at the data, we've improved on a lot of things in a lot of categories. It's nice to see your height go up on a lot of them. On the one that I would be recommending to you, our peak height is at about 100 feet on the average.
Wow.
That is awesome. That's about 25 feet higher on the average than what you were hitting yours.
See, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
And I can't wait to actually, if that's the one,
Yes.
to be out there and watch the flight of that.
Right. And then you're gonna have to look higher because you're not gonna know where it is. We've got it down to basically 3 choices.
Okay.
And you know, the Mizuno gave us the tightest accuracy. The Ping G410 gave us the most ball speed. And the Callaway Rogue was probably the closest to what you're currently playing in terms of look and everything else. So, you know, with all that being said, my decision, I would pick the...
Stay tuned to find out which one he's chosen to improve my game on The Art of Golf Club Fitting.
Creating a revolutionary product starts by asking, what if? What if we loaded every inch with game-changing innovation? What if we had a flight tuning system to control ball flight, roll face and cup face technologies for explosive power, slipstream sole technology for more speed, and dual carbon tech with 8 adjustable loft settings? And what if all this technology and performance costs significantly less than the competition? Exotics EXS by Tour Edge. Pound for pound, nothing else comes close.
We have 85 years combined experience and one important piece of advice.
Get custom fit clubs from Club Champion.
Club Champion is the #1 premium club fitter, builder, and retailer of the best brands in golf.
They have more than 35,000 hittable combinations, more options than any other retailer.
And their highly trained master fitters and builders deliver clubs that improve your game.
Let Club Champion find the perfect clubs for you.
Schedule your fitting. Call 888-335-4145.
Welcome back to the Art of Golf Club Fitting. So Kyle settled in on 3 irons, the Mizuno JPX 919s, the Ping G410 irons, or the Callaway Rogue irons.
All right, Tommy, so we've compiled all the data. We've got it down to basically 3 choices.
Okay.
And, you know, the Mizuno gave us the tightest accuracy. The Ping G410 gave us the most ball speed. And the Callaway Rogue was probably the closest to what you currently play in terms of look and everything else. So, you know, with all that being said, my decision, I would pick the Ping G410 iron for you.
I love it.
If we could only design one iron for the marketplace, it would be the G410. The fun part about the G410 iron is that it's a little smaller and leaner, so when players first set it down, it's going to look cleaner. It has 10% less offset, but the most exciting part is that we're able to boost the inertia or the heel-toe weighting by 8% in this iron, which is a gigantic leap for an iron of that size. It has a cleaner line and cleaner form, produces a ton of distance, so it's powered by our Core I technology, high launch, high ball speed, but have a distance-minded iron that produces really consistent trajectories and doesn't have hot spots. And we really think the way this iron looks and the way when you set it down in the playing position is really going to be attractive to a lot of players.
So I'm putting a little bit of impact tape on the sole here. All right. And some impact tape on the face. And this is going to show us exactly where you're hitting it and how that turf interaction is. All right, Tommy, so we've got the lie board here. This is where we're gonna hit the shots off the board, and it's gonna leave those marks on the club, okay? Don't be intimidated by the board. It's just gonna be a little loud at impact, okay? So
Yeah, well, I'm the one hitting off of it. So
yeah.
Seems very odd to me.
I'm just gonna put the ball right here.
So is it like hitting off concrete? Can I put the club there for a second?
Yeah, all those tour events you play in, you know, when you hit it in the hospitality tent like Phil, it's just like hitting out of those.
How did you know? Actually, I did play, I had to hit from under a urinal once.
Right, good swing.
I'm scared to look.
Good swing. So as you can see, Tommy, we've got the rub marks are a little toe down, and we want those to sit right in the center of the sole, and that's going to give you a nice clean impact for straighter shots. Right now with that toe down, you're kind of coming through, and that's probably what's causing some of our misses, right? Some of our inconsistencies. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bend this golf club a little upright in hopes to get that toe off of the ground at impact, and you know, by bending it upright, we hope to see that right in the center. So Tommy, right here we have our Mitchell digital loft and lie machine. Not every company in the industry uses digital machines like this. The cool thing about these machines and our tolerances when we do build golf clubs, they're accurate within a 1/4 degree for loft and lie. So when I bend this to a certain specification, I send it to the build shop. They make sure it's exact.
Nice.
It's a very cool machine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put it in, clamp it, bend it a little upright, and then we'll go hit it and test it again. All right, good job, Tommy. So next steps for me is going to be getting the exact measurements for length, loft, lie, and swing weight, so I know how the rest of the iron set needs to be built.
Fantastic.
And we'll go from there. So being a little longer than yours, our swing weight here is D7. And the length here, 38¼ inches long. Okay, so we're about 3/4 of an inch over your current golf clubs in length.
Fantastic.
Yeah. You don't have to hold it off the end anymore.
Yeah, that was
right?
so weird. I don't know why I did that. It was this natural thing I did.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
You excited?
Are you kidding me?
Let's do it.
I'm ready to get out on the
let's
course.
go look at the rest of the bag. We're gonna have you hit a few shots with your current driver and get a nice baseline of data that we can use, and hopefully we can improve on it just like we did with your irons. All right, Tommy, so we're gonna start off with a baseline head. run through some shafts, much like we did with the irons, and find that shaft that fits your swing the best, okay?
Great.
One of the things you'd said, and the TrackMan data kind of confirms it, we want to carry it a little further. You know, you feel like you hit it a little too low at times, so want to kind of increase your carry distance. First part, again, just like the irons, we're going to test the shafts. So we're going to get started here. All right, Tommy, so we found your shaft. Fujikura Atmos Red, 65 gram stiff. So much heavier, a little stiffer profile than what you're in before.
Okay.
And now we get to the fun part where we get to try a bunch of different heads.
Nice.
Okay, so
All
here,
right.
let's try that one. It's a Callaway Epic. Let's put this one through the paces and see what kind of data we get.
Well, it's pretty. Oh, that felt good. All right, so Kyle's picked out 3 heads for me for my driver. The PXG, the TaylorMade M4, and the Callaway.
We've got some great options. The most accurate. You have an option for the best combination of everything. And that's why my driver recommendation for you is...
When we come back from this break, Kyle is going to tell me what was the best fit for me on The Art of Golf Club Fitting.
When you put custom-fit Fujikura shafts in your bag, you'll add yards to your drive, hit more fairways, lower your scores, and make your buddies seriously consider taking up tennis. Schedule a tour-level custom fitting with the world's best performance golf shafts at Club Champion, the #1 club fitter in the country.
In golf, these are the tools you get to use, so you better make sure each club is the best it can be. Club Champion offers all the options you'd ever want. Over 35,000 hittable club combinations from all the best brands in golf, plus the most highly trained fitters and builders to make sure every club in your bag works with your unique swing.
Schedule a fitting today with America's leading fitter and builder. Visit clubchampiongolf.com.
Welcome back to The Art of Golf Club Fitting. All right, so Kyle's picked out 3 heads for me for my driver. The PXG, the TaylorMade M4, and the Callaway.
You have an option for the most accurate. You have an option for kind of the best combination of everything. And that's why my driver recommendation for you is the Epic Flash from Callaway.
Boom. I like it.
The all-new Epic Flash driver. No driver has ever been constructed like this before. It really is just packed with never-before-seen technology that's going to help a majority of golfers get a major boost in ball speeds and noticeable distance gains. How are we able to do this? Well, it starts with a little thing called artificial intelligence. Our engineers used a supercomputer to help them achieve a face design that's optimized for ball speed regardless of where you make contact. The computer actually cycled through 15,000 virtual prototypes, learning from each one until it arrived at the final, which we call flash face. Golfers can also adjust weighting on the perimeter to promote the shot shape of their choice. Put the weight towards the heel to promote a draw, or towards the toe to promote a fade. Bottom line, Flash is a driver that's so much fun to hit, it's packed with generational technology that will give a majority of golfers a noticeable boost in distance. Try one out this season.
All right, Tommy, so this is the putting aspect of our fitting.
Great.
Technology here is called SAM Putt Lab, Science in Motion. It's gonna use ultrasound waves to communicate. So I put this little triplet on your putter here, and that's how the machine is gonna communicate. And what it's gonna do is analyze the stroke that you make, and that's gonna give us recommendations if you should be in a mallet or a blade. It's gonna give us a lot of really cool information that should lead you to better putting. If you make more putts, scores are gonna drop. So this is cool. Right here, we've got a bird's eye view of your putting stroke going this way. So this is your backstroke and then your through stroke. There's your black dot impact. Here is perfectly straight. At impact, remember when we did the iron test off the board?
Yes.
We were looking at lie angle at impact?
Yes.
Same thing here. We know you're in the right length because you're hitting it in the same spot time after time, right in the center. But you see how the toe is down?
Yes.
They want that toe up, okay? So if I bend it up in a putter, it'll stay there, okay? When I measured yours, it was 71 degrees. They're averaging 3 degrees down, so I need to bend it to 74, and then it'll be nice and flush.
Wow.
All right, Tommy, so we've got all your new custom clubs. Now we have to pick your only connection to the club, and that's the grip. Looking at grips, there's a lot of choices. The first thing I like to do is fit you into the correct size. So I'm gonna start off with this grip right here. This is just a standard size. This is what you kind of use right now. Let me give you this one right here.
Oh, well, don't get me in trouble because this is.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh.
That's actually a real leather grip. So these would be 3 grips that I think fit you well, and they kind of fall into 3 options that would be very good for you. Which one do you prefer?
All right, well, what am I gonna do?
That's exactly what I would pick for you. Being that it's gonna last a long time, you don't like to wear a glove, it has that nice tack to it. We're gonna end up in this Grip Master wrap grip, mid-size. Go ahead and grip that for me one more time. I just wanna make sure it fits perfectly.
We're now over at the build shop and we're ready to build Tommy's clubs to Kyle and Tommy's specs for the fitting bay. We're gonna make sure that we hit all these specs perfectly, ensuring that we get the same performance out on the golf course that we saw in the fitting bay. Just gonna roll the shaft on the grinder to take any burrs and make a nice smooth edge so that the grip doesn't get stuck. So what we do is we actually put the grip on the shaft first before the build process so that we can get a dry swing weight so that we can build it to perfection. And he's gonna do it with the tape that the fitter and the client found out. In Tommy's example, we put 1 layer on there. The dry weight of this particular golf club right now is D3.9, so he is not gonna have to add any weight. By the time he puts the glue in the ferrule on this particular golf club, it's gonna come out the perfect swing weight. Now he's gonna put a little glue in the head and on the shaft, as well as inserting his shim, making sure he's got proper coverage over everything for a good bond. He'll squeeze the shaft in the head, he'll wipe away the excess glue, and one of the finishing touches we first have to do is turn the ferrule. His final step will be to use some steel wool, and that'll just smooth it out and make sure we have a very smooth, even ferrule. Now the club is bent perfectly to Tommy's specs so that the club's gonna perform like Tommy and Kyle saw in the bay. So this is our peering machine, and no 2 shafts are alike. Every shaft has irregularities in it from its manufacturing process, and those irregularities make the shaft bend out of plane. So what this machine does is it will find the principal plane of oscillation, the peered point, mark it so that our builders know what to do. So the dry weight of the golf club is C8.1. So currently it is 7 swing weights light for what we need for Tommy. We have all kinds of different weighting mechanisms we can use here at our build shop. In this particular instance, we are going to be using the tungsten powder and the glue. You can see him adding the tungsten epoxy down there. And what he's going to do in a second is he's going to put the shaft in there and do a test and see how close to his D5 he got. D4.9, right on the number. So now what he's going to do is he's going to finalize setting that ferrule, and he's going to clean up all the excess glue, and he's going to set the club down on the rack to dry. So now that we're done with all the building parts of this, we're going to do the finishing touches. And Michael here is going to do a QC check on the golf clubs. We QC check our golf clubs to make sure that we're hitting the specs that the fitter and the client found in the bay. And then he's also going to take all the peering tape off. He's going to put the peering stickers on, and he's going to shine the ferrules and clean the golf clubs. We are then going to make sure that the club is boxed and packaged perfectly so that you get your clubs unharmed and in perfect condition.
There's no doubt that this fitting has changed my game. I'm hitting the ball higher and much, much further than I ever have before. It's incredible the distance that I've gained. If you love golf as much as I do, I highly recommend you schedule a fitting. I'm Tommy Habeed. Until next time. If you'd like to find out more about the new Callaway Flash driver, visit them online at CallawayGolf.com. Ping, the new Ping G410 is changing the look and power of irons. Check them out at ping.com. If you'd like to learn more about premium golf club fitting, visit clubchampion.com.